Welcome to the second to last regular season preview. Yep, tomorrow's it. And so today I thought, well, I don't need to put all kinds of leaders on the board and everything. Because where's the fun in that? We got 3 games today, and one of them actually does have playoff implications. If you're a Habs fan, you are a big Rangers fan tonight. So, jumping right into this with Chicago and Dallas. Dallas, if they win this one, they can clinch themselves the number one wild card spot and force Colorado into a matchup with the Calgary Flames. They're 42-31-7 are those Dallas Stars, but they're going into Chicago. Chicago's 35-30, 33-12. They're out, of course, but they tend to do relatively well against Dallas. They're 4-3-3 in their last 10. They won their last game. They're not going out. Just, like a couple of the teams in the league are that it looks like they've just kind of given up. Dallas is 5-3-2 in their last 10. They won their last game. So Dallas hasn't been lighting the world on fire with their play. They've just been good enough that they made the playoffs. If you're looking for milestones, Radulov sits at 298 points. So as long as he plays, there's a chance he hits 300 points. Because so many guys are being sat, rested, and all this other stuff this time of year. I have no idea who's going to play tonight. I did my preview yesterday, and as soon as it went up, there were 3 other guys that were announced just being out. I'm like, yeah, I don't know. Sagan is the leading scorer for Dallas. 80 games played, 31 goals, 46 assists, 77 points. We'll see how he does in the playoffs. They're Toby. Every team I came up with a Toby. This, of course, is a throwback to the Toby Reader comment that his 0 goals is why the Oilers aren't in the playoffs. Nichushkin is the Toby in Dallas, 100%. 57 games played, 0 goals, 10 assists for Nichushkin. If you're looking for who might hit the 30-goal mark tonight, Radulov has 29 and Jamie Benn has 27. So between tonight's game and tomorrow night's game, it's possible that Jamie Benn hits 30. Hudobin will be the starter tonight, so they will start Bishop, I would think, in tomorrow's game. On the Chicago side, Duncan Keith has 98 goals. It's unlikely he'll get 2 goals tonight, but hey, who knows? Patrick Kane is their leading scorer, 79 games played, 42 goals, 65 assists, 107 points. Might be the best season he's ever had, and they missed the playoffs. Their Toby's Dylan Sakura. 33 games played, 0 goals, and 8 assists for Sakura. DeBrincat has 13 power play goals, so that's noteworthy. He has a ton of those. Kane has 30 power play points and 7 game-winning goals. So at the end of the year, when we're doing the whole post-mortem thing, none of the rationale behind why Chicago missed the playoffs will fall on Patrick Kane, won't fall on Jonathan Toews, DeBrincat. These star names, the guys who are your thought of as go-to guys for Chicago, not really on them. And Corey Crawford will be the starter tonight. In 3 meetings between these teams this year, Chicago has won twice. So we'll see how things turn out tonight between them and the Dallas Stars. Dallas playing out the stretch. And again, if they win tonight, they can clinch themselves a shot at playing the Central winner rather than the Pacific winner. Okay, Columbus. So the Blue Jackets in against the New York Rangers. The Blue Jackets are 45-31-4. The New York Rangers are 31-36-13. And we'll see whether or not Columbus can finish off Montreal's playoff chances tonight. They are the number 2 wild card, but they can knock Montreal out with a win. Montreal has 1 game left. All Columbus has to do is win one of their last 2 games, and that's it. Of course, the Rangers are out in their last 10 games. Columbus is 6-3-1. They did lose their last game to leave that door open. Whereas the Rangers are 3-7 in their last 10. They've lost their last 2. They're one of the teams that are out of the playoffs that are just sort of, they're done. Milestone watch. Boone Jenner has 199 points. So, on the verge of 200. Artemi Panarin's their leading scorer. 77 games played. 27 goals, 57 assists, 84 points. Their Toby is Kukan. Kukan, 23 games played, no goals, 5 assists for him. Panarin, 27 goals. He's right on the precipice of 30. Does he get to 30? And Anderson also has 27 goals. Dubois, 59 points. Highly likely he gets to 60. No confirmation of their goaltender. I would think Bobrovsky. You want to clinch that final spot. I would say throw in Bobrovsky, but they could throw in Korpisalo here and save Bobrovsky for the last game tomorrow. They could do that. On the Rangers side of things, Lundqvist sitting at 449 wins. Yeah, he's right on the precipice of 450. He's right there. Can't quite get over the line, and he doesn't play tonight. So he will probably get a shot at that tomorrow. The New York Rangers have been an interesting team in that they've gone with both goaltenders for the second half of the season, almost equally, it would seem. Zibanejad is their leading scorer, 80 games played, 30 goals, 42 assists, 72 points. For their Toby, I couldn't find a guy who hasn't scored a goal that has played a significant amount of time. So I went with Shattenkirk, who has 2 goals, 71 games played, 2 goals, 25 assists, 27 points. Remember, the Toby thing is just as kind of like poking fun. It's not serious. I'm not saying the Tobys on this board are the reason that a team is out of the playoffs or not having home ice in the first round or anything silly like that. Nemesnikov has 29 points, so he's right on the verge of 30. And with Nemesnikov's talent, you would expect him to be up around 40 or 50. So it's been a poor season for him. Georgiev will be in net. We'll see if Nemesnikov at least finishes strong in today and tomorrow's action. Columbus has won 2 out of 3 meetings between these teams this year. I don't see any reason to think that it won't become 3 out of 4. The Rangers, it hasn't been a great run for them. And really, honestly, Columbus, it looks like they're going to get in. And odds are they're going to be the team that ends up against the Tampa Bay Lightning. They are 3 points behind Carolina. So technically, they can still jump past Carolina and end up with that last wild card spot. They have to win both games today, and Carolina has to lose in regulation tomorrow. But, these things can happen, and until it's all set in stone, I can't say anything. I know for weeks, anytime I talked about, well, Chicago's out, Vancouver's out, Edmonton, Philly, I would have people saying, you can't say that because mathematically they're still alive. Okay, they're still in it. All right. Mathematically, I still have a shot at being in the next summer games. I don't think it's going to happen. I wouldn't put any money on it. Next up, the LA Kings in against the Anaheim Ducks. And that's why I'm wearing Ducks today, because this is their last game of the year. So technically, I could do their season's post-mortem tomorrow before other teams have even played the last game of the year or even started the playoffs. The Kings are 30-41-9. They've been playing well when it's too late. And so have the Ducks, who are 34-37-10. Both teams, of course, out of the playoffs. But as we've learned this year, anytime 2 teams in California play against each other, it's pretty good, pretty heated rivalry, because you get the feeling these teams really genuinely don't like each other. LA's 5-4-1 in their last 10. They won their last game. Anaheim's 6-3-1. They've won their last 2. Kopitar's the leading scorer for the Kings. 79 games played, 21 goals, 37 assists, 58 points. That is not a really great season by his standard. Their Toby, again, I couldn't find anybody without a goal, so I went Dion Phaneuf, because why not? Because, Scott Hartnell would say, right. 65 games played by Dion, 1 goal, 5 assists, 6 points. If you're looking for guys who might hit a good number tonight, Dustin Brown sits with 49 points. Adrian Kempe with 28. That's a lot less for Kempe this year than I'd expected. Part of the reason why the Kings ended up missing the playoffs, a lot of their scorers underachieved. On the Anaheim side of things, Getzlaf's their leading scorer, 66 games played, 14 goals, 34 assists, 48 points. It's been getting better for him lately, but it's still not a season he's going to be writing home about. He's going to want to, do some work this summer to try to make sure a season like this doesn't happen again. It is really hard to prevent injuries, which seem to have become a thing with him this year, but the consistency they need from him really wasn't there this year, and he is part of the reason they missed the playoffs. I say part like that because there were a lot of things that conspired against the Ducks this year. Both of these teams, their goal scoring just was not there. Their Toby, I went with Larson. 48 games played by Larson. I know he's a blue liner. I know he's a defensive blue liner, but he has 0 goals and 5 assists, so Toby. Lindholm, 28 points. Raquel, 18 goals, and Henrique, 18 goals. Yeah, I just thought if there's somebody that watches my videos with the first name Toby, this whole video is going to be like, what? I keep thinking somebody's calling me. LA's won all 3 meetings between these teams this year. So while Henrique's going for 20 goals, Raquel's going for 20 goals, and Lindholm's got 28 points, they're also going for their first win over the Kings this year. Every game is close, but LA's won all 3. So they go to overtime, whatever they go to. I think one of them went to a shootout this year as well. It just comes out with LA winning. It's just what happens. And finding ways to lose has kind of been the problem for both teams this year. But again, after this season is over, I want to do a sort of a detailed look at where things went wrong and what teams are going to have to do going into next year. So that's yet to come for both of these teams and for 2 of the others. Dallas trying to solidify their spot. Columbus trying to solidify theirs as well and clinch tonight. And then we'd have all 16 teams clinched. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section below as always. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you're browsing your way through. You just happened upon this video. And hey, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll talk to you again soon.